was I banned? Because we're friends now, right? We're cool?
I wouldn't call us friends.
I think MrBeast didn't invite me. I asked the question where the water's at.
He on my phone calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Where you at, Berto?
Aiden Ross is realizing he can't outrun his past.
Before you leave, why was I banned? Because we're friends now, right? We're cool?
I wouldn't call us friends, but sure. I feel like I got no beef with you.
You want to play a game with me and Cup one night? Be honest.
Put it this way. I feel like you and I have differing opinions, and that's fine. Because you and I, we don't really do stuff together. That's cool. Like, I got no beef with you.
No. But forget opinions. Put opinions aside. Put whatever we believe aside. You know, when it comes time to play games. But, you know,
I ain't gonna lie. I respect Shorty for even saying that, though. And, you know, a lot of people will just be like, offer up, yeah, we're friends. We're cool. It's like, nah, we're not friends, actually. I don't even know you like that.
Well, Cupham, the moment I joined the call, asked me to rate him, so I'm kind of good off that. But, like,
that's just what I ask everybody, because it's just like it's like my slogan. I'm like a character.
Over the past couple of years, the streaming industry has been so buddy-buddy. People figured out that collaborations were the key to success, and so they decided to link and build like a pack of Legos. And if people didn't want to link and build with others from different communities, maybe because they had differing standpoints, viewpoints, etc., they were the ones labeled as toxic. But sometime last year, in my opinion, there was a shift in how streamers decided to go about doing these sorts of collaborations and who they hung out with.
Because desktop streams are coming back in style, bro. That's what's happening. Desktop streams are coming back in style, and people are realizing, like, I don't need to collaborate. And mind you, collaboration is still a beautiful thing. I think it's one of the most fun things you can do as a content creator. Like, I mean, I just had a really fun collab stream with Yo-Yo, Waka, Simba on my gaming channel. Y'all subscribe to my gaming channel. Links will be in the description. And, you know, it's a great thing to be able to collaborate and, you know, community build. But at the same time, it's like, why force connection when there's really nothing there? You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like people will try to force being in rooms where they weren't invited. You know what I'm saying?
More and more headaches. And I think one of the greatest examples is Aiden Ross, who is now seeing this shift of people move away from him, his content, his circle, because of the ramifications of being linked with him and potentially just growing up. You see, Aiden Ross is like Erykah Badu's biggest hit, Bag Lady. And right now, it looks like Aiden Ross's back is hurting from carrying all the baggage over the past couple of years of being this controversial edgelord streamer. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way for the channel.
Sub up.
The video. Not too long ago, a bunch of streamers connected on a Discord call and played a bunch of games. And I watched it and it felt like a very grit and bear it moment for a couple of the different streamers. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but Senna's comments when asked by Aiden Ross to do some more collaborative streams really stuck with me. It made it make a lot of sense.
Before you leave, why was I banned? Because we're friends now, right? We're cool?
I wouldn't call us friends, but sure. Put it this way. I feel like you and I have differing opinions, and that's fine. Because you and I, we don't really do stuff together. That's cool. Like, I got no beef with you.
Ugh. That's gotta be embarrassing. Plain and simple, Aiden Ross has been losing friends in the industry, and the new people that are coming around the block don't necessarily feel the obligation to praise him or coddle him or whatever the case may be. And there's a couple reasons for this. I think we can all agree that streaming has gone mainstream. And for somebody that aligns itself with the name brand risk, of course that's not gonna fly with a lot of people. For whatever reason.
That was a crazy thing to put as your literal brand. Your literal brand is titled Brand Risk. Why is anyone going to collaborate with something called Brand Risk? Nigga.
And in the big age of 2026, Aiden Ross continuously platforms problematic content creators. He uses his platform to
endorse Kick. He's a part owner in Kick.
Endorse them, support them.
I need to say anymore.
Sometimes with his words, but even sometimes platforming them himself by physically having them come onto his show and say a bunch of nonsense. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's getting to the point where content creators or athletes don't know if they're going on Aiden Ross's stream to play some sort of video game and have a peaches and cream kumbaya moment, or they might end up on headlines of ESPN because some outrageous dance was done by them without their knowledge.
Go up on that, spin it, flex, then look and go like this. All right. Yes! Yes!
Oh!
Yes, just like this. All right, so do it all.
Damn, Aiden, bro. That's lame, bro. That's lame. Why are you embarrassing this nigga like that, bro? What? Damn, Aiden. If y'all can't really make it out, like really pay attention, but he just had him do some suspect ass shit, bro.
Yo.
That was lame as fuck, dude.
Flex.
Look at this.
Do it!
Hell nah.
In the camera.
Does that? We got you do it?
Yeah,
Bro.
that's easy.
That was all-pro wide receiver Puka Nacua, who plays for the Los Angeles Rams, a budding superstar in the NFL. Now, he's probably a young guy who grew up watching Aiden Ross and is familiar with the content, laughed and joked when he played 2K, and maybe at the sniffing seats moments during the
This was never funny, by the way. You know, shout out to Aiden Ross. You know, there's a lot of highs we could talk about his careers, but we can also talk about a lot of lows. This was never funny. This was lame. This was lame as fuck.
pandemic time, so naturally he's grown to enjoy
I
the
don't know why anybody was watching that thinking that was funny.
content. So when given the opportunity to go on his stream, of course he jumped at it, because who wouldn't want to be on stream with their favorite content creator? Now, for what it's worth, in my opinion, I think that Aiden Ross took advantage of Puka's naivety in the situation. The dance that he told Puka to do was an offensive dance, one that was anti-Semitic. Now, I couldn't find if
My head was somewhere else, but I was only looking at this pixelated screen. I didn't even know that. Come on. That's even more lame at Aiden, bro. Why would you do that? This guy has a career in sports. Like, shit like that can genuinely make him get dropped from a team. That's over. That low-key make me lose respect from you as a man, bro. You could potentially fuck up this nigga's whole situation getting him on stream doing some bullshit like that. If you enjoy gaming content, horror games, puzzle games, and honestly, even if you don't like games, you just want to see me shit my pants, head over to my gaming channel, Berto Gaming. I ain't gonna lie, I've been having the most fun I've had in a long time creating content while playing these games. Me and my team have been going crazy, putting a lot of creative energy into these edits for the game. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, link to that will be in the description. That's Berto Gaming. Where you at, family? I love y'all so much. Now let's get back to the video.
Puka actually does said touchdown dance the next time he goes to celebrate. But the NFL does catch wind of this, and he caught a bunch of backlash from not only the talking heads on the different sports publications, but also from the NFL. So much so that he had to issue out an apology.
Wow.
One saying that he didn't know about the racism and bigotry involved in the dance, and that he did not mean any harm by attempting it on social media. Now, for what it's worth, I do believe that Puka was ignorant in the situation, but what I will say, because this is not just the place and space where I'm going to give him a bunch of grace, I don't believe that Puka didn't know who Aiden Ross was and was just oblivious to the content. If you're a fan of his and willing to go on said stream, then I would think that you would know who Aiden Ross.
Or even if you didn't, you know, you got to realize, yo, you're a man of status. You're a man that has a lot to lose. So when you're going into any collaboration with anybody, you need to do your research, point blank, period. You need to do your research, because it's like, even though we can serve you some grace where it's like, hey, you didn't know, fair. But at the same time, it's like, how can you put yourself in a position to not know these things? You know what I'm saying? How can you put yourself in a position to just be collaborating and walking into rooms and co-signing certain people and activities without, you know, telling your agent or whoever? You're making enough money to hire somebody. You ain't got to do the research yourself. Hire somebody to do the research and make sure that they're looking out for your best interest. I don't know, man.
Is and about. But this is why people are looking to avoid him. The jury's out, and it is clear that being on an Aiden Ross stream is a bad PR move. This is why I like the NBA took away their brand deal after the recent back and forth between Aiden Ross and Doechii. And I use back and forth very, very loosely, because it was basically Aiden berating her on the timeline for probably about 2 to 3 to 4 weeks or so. And I'm not gonna rehash that conversation. I've made tons of videos on it, and so have others. But he used the concept that he was criticizing the music as a way to get off a bunch of takes, ones that a lot of people would call racist, misogynistic, and disgusting and derogatory to not just Doechii, but to black women as a whole. The immature actions of Aiden Ross can be very clearly seen in how some of his peers or even people who looked up to him in the industry now treat him in 2026. Now, let me be clear. I don't necessarily subscribe to this concept. I think it's just like a lame, passive excuse for people to get off the fact that they were dickheads back in the day. But Aiden Ross grew up in the edgelord era of content. I'm thinking about early IShowSpeed, Neon, himself, when they would go on social media and say some of the most outrageous things in the world. Now, most of them claim that they did this for attention as a way to be put on, and that today in 2026, they don't still subscribe to any of these things. And I'm very critical of people that make commentary like this, simply due to the fact that it takes more more than words to impress me and convince me that you don't necessarily believe in the words that you've said. And this right here is exactly why Aiden Ross has a rocky relationship with IShowSpeed and Kai Cenat, two guys who came up at relatively the same time as Aiden Ross, some coming up looking at him, some coming up at the exact same time, you know, Kai coming up watching Aiden Ross, and both of them actually acknowledging Aiden Ross to be on the Mount Rushmore of streaming. But today, for whatever reason, these guys can't get on a streaming collab together. And I think the reason why is because of the toxic nature that Aiden Ross still continues to drag on into his content.
What's your biggest regret in life?
Putting so many people on without signing them, honestly. I'm actually serious in my career.
Kai Cenat has been on record as to how he's felt disrespected by Aiden Ross, specifically about how his manager's comments have soured
That was nasty.
him.
But I'll let it play and then I'll let my thoughts go. But what Aiden Ross did to Kai Cenat in this scenario is nasty.
On Aiden Ross as a whole.
Indirectly.
Word to my mother. I never lie about nothing. Tav called me late at night, 4 a.m. drunk or off something.
This is Aiden Ross' man,
out
by
his
the way.
mind.
That's who
I
Kai's
swear to
talking
God,
about.
if I'm lying, I'm flying. He calls me. He says, "Hey, bro, Aiden having a birthday party. So you need to be here by tomorrow, bro. We'll send you a jet. We'll make sure everything, we'll send you a jet. We'll make sure you're good. We'll fly you out there, bro, if you can." He calls me at 4 a.m. He wants me to be there the evening of the next day. I tell him, I say, "Yo, Tav, I don't think I could be able to do it, but I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know if I'll be able to do it, but most likely it's last minute. I don't think I'll be able to do it." He said, okay, just let me know, bro. We gonna have the jet. We gonna make sure the jet good for you. Then he gonna tell me, I'm with Aiden right now. He losing millions in his and shit. If he keep this up, I'm gonna go with the FaZe guys. Niggas talking about snakes.
Yeah.
The closest ones will do the most to you, nigga. Tav is a white man, by the way. He proceeds to say, from Nike to McDonald's, but bro, keep it real, bro. Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? He on my phone calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning.
And when you gotta put in perspective, he's drunk, he's tripping, he's, getting out of body in that moment. But this is Aiden Ross' mans. So that's how he's acting when he's slipping up. How you think he's acting when he's just, behind closed doors with Aiden Ross? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, the proof be right in the pudding all the time.
You can mind situations like that, or the shady business deal as to how Aiden Ross tried to get Kai Cenat signed to Kick, or the constant jabs at Kai Cenat when it comes to him in the mental health space, or him when it comes to, being asked with donating water to MrBeast's charity event.
So again, Beast Train, I think XQC donated. I'll donate my 400K when Kai donates 400K, and if Kai doesn't donate 400K, I'll donate 100K. Not wrong with that. All right.
Lame. Damn. Now we really just laying it all here. It's like you got to give Aiden Ross respect as far as what he's done for the streaming community. But bro's honestly been done a lot of lame shit. Still doing lame shit. I thought the lame shit was really more in the past when he was coming up, but it's like, nah, this is all pretty recent things.
There's nothing wrong with that. I specifically, Beast was trying to get, him on it. So that's it. My 100K, we were literally going to wire it tomorrow.
It becomes very clear and evident why Kai Cenat will want to steer away from an Aiden Ross type figure, especially as he's trying to transition into this new journey of content creation, creative endeavors, etc., etc. Not only are you still clinging on to the race-based edgy jokes that we used to get into when we were 12 years old, that are one, offensive, and two, not sponsor friendly. But two, you also keep taking these weird jabs at my career and at my mentality and state that I'm going through.
You got to look at and see how Kai came up. He was doing Facebook little acting on these little Facebook things. And
really?
And then I have a DM from him and he's like, "Yo, bro, I want to get into streaming, blah, blah." And then the E-dates, and then after the E-dates, it's then he started doing stuff, and then it's now it's boom. He just took off.
And in a more quiet way, IShowSpeed has done basically the same thing. Distanced himself from Aiden Ross, somebody he used to collaborate with as he's gone on his new transformative journey to become more of a, I would even quote unquote say, radical streamer who exposes some of the things about, the world, is becoming more socially acceptable and is ascending to new heights. No longer is he hanging around this dude who is associated with the name Brand Risk. No. no. He's
very
doing his own
inspiring.
damn thing, and it's far away from Aiden Ross. I think another reason why people are starting to avoid Aiden Ross, outside of the fact that they're growing up and that he's a PR nightmare when it comes to their image, is also the fact that sometimes he can use you and you can't use him, and then there's this level of hypocrisy that's baked into it, but he can always go back to a chat that he is willing, ready, and able to galvanize in order to make you feel like you're the bad guy, or even worse. That MrBeast Team Water situation was a clear example to me in regards to this. MrBeast was trying to raise some capital to put water and give water to those in need. I think across the world, if I'm not mistaken. And Aiden Ross and a couple of other streamers showed up and showed out and donated a bunch of money in order to support the cause and then also create content that people would like and love. Now, one would think that this would mean a new relationship was formed between MrBeast and Aiden Ross, two of some of the biggest content creators out there on their respective platforms, but that didn't seem to be the case. MrBeast has decided to dabble more and more into streaming, and in that he has decided to launch a couple of different streaming events where he invites streamers from around the world in order to participate in the content. But there's a name that's consistently left off of that list of invitees.
Here, you name poppin' streamers, and I'll tell you if they're going to be there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Stable
this.
Ronaldo.
Ron's going to be there.
Lacey.
I remember
Lacey's
this.
going to be there. DDG.
DDG.
He's going to be there. Speed.
Speed.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Kai.
He's getting back to me on time. Of course, he definitely wants to come. Oh,
XUC.
of course, Valkyrie will be there. Pokemon's getting back to me on time, but if it works, she'll be there.
Playboy Max.
Yep, Max.
Okay.
I reached out through his team. I haven't talked to him directly, but they said he was down, so
Okay.
I assume, yeah.
Okay. Sinner.
Senna's coming, yep.
Now, Aiden Ross is a sensitive
That nigga, Mr. Beast paid Jason not to say Aiden Ross.
guy, so he took a lot of this to heart. And I would understand it too if I donated a bunch of money to your charity cause and also helped create content with you. And
Fair enough. It's like I would feel some type of way too, but then you always gotta take a step back and be like, bro, I am consistently putting people in questionable situations. It's not surprising that people don't want to be around me. You know what I mean? And I think to a degree, Aiden Ross has to understand that. But I'm sure it sucks, bro. I'm sure it sucks, but it's like, at some point you got to take accountability. As a man, bro, you're already rich. You already got the fame. You already got the motion. Like, you don't need to keep doing sucker shit to get attention. Like, you've already shown us that you don't need to do sucker shit to get attention. You've done sucker shit to get attention, but you've also done cool, dope shit that people fucked with. So it's like, lean into, and now you have the platform and now you have the money. So why don't you just lean into just not being a sucker? And then I guess the other conversation comes is like, well, maybe that's just who he is as a person. And at that point, what are we even talking about?
no, we had a good positive
Well, I don't
time.
know.
Why
I don't know
would
these
I,
people.
one of the biggest streamers, people say I'm on the Mount Rushmore for them, why wouldn't I be invited to this big, massive event?
I spoke with XQC about it, bro. I think MrBeast didn't invite me. Here's my take. Like, I know people are gonna like be like, oh, I don't think MrBeast likes me. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't think he likes me. I think I ate off that stream. He ate off that stream. I asked the question where the water's at. I'm not coming out and saying it's fake. I think that might have turned him the wrong way. But I will tell you, you know, after I did the Team Water shit, I was told we could hop on and play zombies. We could, you know, kick it, and we could do he was telling me another streamer idea. He's like, we'll run that, and it's kind of like once we did the stream, it was kind of just like, you know. And then I don't know. Listen, I don't fucking know. I honestly, me personally, bro, it is what it is. I will tell you this too. Like, he was very upset about certain streamers like not pulling up and shit.
But then I would have to realize, hey, I'm a brand risk. I say the most insane things in the world.
Yeah.
MrBeast is a family-friendly content creator. I also have been speculated to pay this clipping channel or, you know, this clip page on Twitter that paints MrBeast in a bad light. That I also questioned if the waters were donated to actual charity. And then I would realize, yeah, it kind of makes sense why MrBeast would never want to put me in another YouTube video or do any sort of content with me ever again.
I want to clear things up. We spoke, MrBeast and I. We have to get on a call. He did call me, to be fair, and I have to call him back. But dude, he was frustrated in some ways, and I think that's really what happened with that. And I think it was a lack of communication, misunderstanding. But what I will say is, like, internet beef and all that stuff's just really stupid. You know what I mean? And Kick Champ, bro, you do a really good job of what you do. Yo, Kick Champ, you might be worse than NBA Centel because you actually affect relationships. Now, no, some are being folded. I definitely felt
I don't want to like diverse into a different conversation here, but Aiden Ross looks a little
Type of way for
doesn't-
sure.
Chat, tell me if I'm tripping. Doesn't he look a little like he looks kind of down, bro? Like the bags under his eyes. I know he just lost his sister. Hey man, regardless of all the critiques, bro, I really wish Aiden Ross the best, bro. I hope he's in a positive space and really looks around him and make sure that he's surrounding himself with positive people that actually care, bro. Because I don't know, like I'm just getting this energy, man. You know, what do you do when you have all the money, you have all the fame? You know what I'm saying? You've done things to get some of that money and fame that you're not proud of. You looking around, niggas are snaking you left and right. And then I just heard he had a very tragic loss, you know, RIP. I think his sister, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, we don't wish that upon nobody. That's never going to be easy. So it's just like, regardless of all this critiquing, it's fine. We can have this. It's nothing wrong with critiquing and having conversations. But at the same time, just in general though, you know, I hope bruh is doing all right, man. I hope he can figure that out. Cause I don't know. Tell me if I'm tripping. And I hope I am, but I'm just like looking at him in this clip and he just looks a little bit like there's some emptiness behind those eyes, bro.
But he also told me where he was coming from as well. So I'm not folding. It's still, we need to get on a call and figure things out because I do respect the guy. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't respect him. So yeah, I'm not backpedaling. Guys, either way, I'm not probably ever gonna get invited to more shit he does. So I don't give a fuck to say I like him or don't like him. I don't care.
And from what I do know in the streaming game, this is a trickle down effect. If the big creators don't rock with you, it sets the tone for the next level and the next level and the next level of content creators. This means that if Kai Cenat isn't gonna rock with you, then I would assume that the rest of AMP or the Clover Boys or anybody that comes from that tree of content creation also wouldn't rock with you. Now, for what it's worth, Aiden Ross still has his collective of friends. You know, he still has the Cheesers of the world. He still has the Cuffums of the world. And those people will still support him in his content creation endeavors. Although he is going through some sort of fight with another one of his friends, Prime, from back in the day. It's getting pretty ugly on the timeline and confusing. Maybe we'll make a whole video about that. But what I do know is that those guys also aid in him sticking into the bubble that he is in.
What the fuck are you doing?
I fell asleep, weirdo.
What are you possibly doing right now?
Nigga, I fell asleep.
Yo.
See, I keep telling y'all, this is what they doing behind closed doors. They try to keep it clean for when they live streaming and when they in front of the camera, but that shit came off too smooth. Like, this is how they rocking, for real.
Bro.
Just for that. Let's make it 10 bodies. Let's make it 10 bodies. Get a dick down your throat,
Most
bitch.
of the time, when a girl
Get a dick down your
wants
throat,
to have
bitch.
dick,
Now you got 10 bodies. Now you got 10 bodies. Now you got 10 bodies, whore.
when
Okay.
a guy
I was trying to be W mans. I was gonna say
girl
9's not even
shows
bad.
her legs,
Each brand was kept getting better and better and better. So production was great last time.
Who want the brand risk Tesla?
Yeah, I want to kill you.
LOL.
I forgot about
Stop.
that.
Oh, hell.
No, nah.
PR that. PR.
Why you not?
I'm a black person. I don't know who this nigga is. He
Come
just
on.
grabbed my dread. I'm cultured. I'm supposed to teach somebody to eat fufu, and he just grabbed my dread.
Are you serious?
If that was me, if that was me, you would have got mad, pushed me and shit. Why you not
I
pushing
just
him?
ruined his PR.
Why you not pushing him?
Tom, what you say, Tom? Chicken Big Mac, nigga, you a fucking fuck out of here.
What?
Woo! Little Terra, Raekwon, make sure you watching. When you with Rakai, lead it with Raekwon. So when you with Rakai, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to work it, cause this shit like you're really heavy duty. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta make sure you know how to work it. Oh shit!
So I don't know, Aiden. Once you prove
Mind you, that's on Kai Cenat's stream. He invites Aiden Ross people over to Kai Cenat's stream. They doing shit like that. It's not a good look.
time and time again that you are a brand risk, untrustworthy, you say the most radical things in the world, it probably makes sense why extending an invite to Senna would fall on deaf ears. And for what it's worth, I'd probably go as far as to speculate that she didn't even know that you were gonna be there. She might have turned it down. But nonetheless, she definitely would not make solo content with you. And I also think that that's going to track for a plethora of content creators in the space currently and those to come into the future. Why? Why? Because you can't get your act together. It's still this immature guy who is acting as if he is some sort of, I don't know, edgelord streamer who is in his late teens. And then when he gets caught up and called out in it, he can always play this backup card. Hey, I'm a nice guy. I'm innocent. I'm gonna throw a bunch of money at these people to prove that I'm not this, that, and the third, and try to buy his way out of it. But people aren't buying that anymore. I would tell you to clean up your PR, but gang, you've had so many opportunities to do that now. I just don't
It's like the boy who cried wolf at this point.
even care. Good luck to you though. And
yeah. Well, y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, though. At the end of the day, though, y'all know how I rock. I ain't wishing bad on nobody and generally wish them the best, you know? But, you know, at a certain point, it's like we can't keep making excuses for people that say they want to be a better person, but just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. It's like, we just got to call you out on your BS for real.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.